Towards the end of 2022, the war for talent was just at its peak. Now, because of the anticipated economical headwinds, we are still talking about that, but not talking about it so much, right? So we are kind of in this dichotomous environment where some segments, the war for talent continues, some segments we are more talking about efficiency. And the dynamic pace at which talent acquisition need to adjust to that, uh, it's got to be mind-boggling for you to manage that and translate that to your team, because you can't take your eye off of the goal, because you know the demand, what you are building, what you are planning for. First of all, do you is that something you recognize, or how do you handle that? That's the second part. So if you recognize that, because this already the third and the fourth quarter is supposed to be better in terms of business, and the war for talent is slowly picking back up again, the conversation. So I was just wondering how you handle that dynamic as a leader.
Yeah. Look, I sort of have a mindset that we are constantly competing for talent. Right. And I think that's a positive mindset to have, rather than, oh, now we are, now we aren't. I mean, I actually just had a conversation with one of our partners the other day saying, we used to call people like active talent and passive talent.
Okay.
And I said, but in today's world, we have to sell to everybody. Because even your so-called active talent is, applying at multiple companies or getting multiple offers. So no longer can we have a mindset that, oh, they applied to our role, they're active to us, and we can, sort of rest on, get comfortable with that. I don't think we can anymore. I think that, I think talent is really smart. They have transparency to lots of different companies, lots of different jobs. And so we're constantly competing, I think, to get talent. Now, with that being said, I think that where we try to, build an advantage for ourselves is by, thinking a little bit longer term. So this is where, tools like Drop help us to really, think through where, as they say, like, where's the puck going? And what are some of the talent pools that we want to start positioning ourselves and our brand with, so that, so that we can be part of the competition. Right? We always want to be part of the competition, but I do think that we're always competing for talent. I think the other thing too, Vijay, is when, yes, there are going to be times where, it's more competitive, but I think in times where maybe there's a little bit of that lull, how do you take advantage and use that as an opportunity? And if you think about like tech right now, which obviously a lot of people are talking about, one of the insights is, some talent that previously was only thinking about big tech actually has opened up their aperture to think about other companies, because they know that there's a lot of really wonderful opportunities outside of just big tech. Well, I want to make sure PepsiCo is positioned that those individuals who are thinking bigger than just tech are understanding why PepsiCo should be part of their thought process. So we've been building, our brand, employer brand, with different cohorts, whether that be digital talents, early career talents, where we focus specifically on some of the cohorts where we want to make sure our message is resonating positively, so that we're taking advantage of the opportunity of the talent marketplace as well, in a positive way.
Got it. That's a brilliant opportunity for a company like Pepsi, right? Because you have, the last few years, you have invested so much into digital transformation, where in some aspects you have a sophisticated stack like a software company. And,
yes.
And you have, the other great thing about you is like you have tons of data that you don't, If
Yes.
a data scientist comes in, they can straight away plug into the experiments.